What's up, y'all? It's me again. I'm back. Listen, I am back with All the Queens Men Season 4, Episode 8. You got served. All right. So make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to my channel, Kiwan J. And click the notification bell button so you can be updated on all of my stuff. Okay? Um, Listen, this was pretty good. I it's good. It's getting good, y'all. So the episode picks back up with the Maury results, y'all, and Face is 99.9% the dad. Okay, Face says, I don't care what the results say, I'm not your daddy. Like, you can say that, but Dana says otherwise. Okay, so Quincy was like, so you act like you don't know Chanel? And Face was like, Chanel is not his lover. She's just a girl who claimed he was the one, but Quincy is not his son. All right. So Face said, Chanel who? You got to be more specific. You got to be more specific. Now, whether you whether he choose to be specific or pacific, he got to be one or the other. So Doc said, it's not like her name is Kim. How many Chanels Midnight asked Doc, how many you? And I was like, none. And I just want y'all to know I'm his first, his last, and his only. And he gonna say, good point. Doc, don't make me embarrass you. All right. Don't make me embarrass you in this club. Don't play with me. All right, but my bad. Focus. Anyway, so Face says that he don't know half the women he come into contact with at the club. Quincy said, what about Chanel Johnson? Face says he don't know a named Chanel Johnson. Oh, okay. He says that he don't know what name Chanel Johnson, Jenkins, or James. And Quincy said, my mama not know B word. He didn't say that, but he said, y'all know. Anyway, so they was about to tussle again, y'all. And so Amp was holding Face back, and Face got mad, moved Amp on, talking about get out of my face or whatever. And then Quincy walked off himself. I was like, my Lord, that was a lot. So over at the police station, Naima comes in the office and she offers up an apology and reassures both Rods and Detective Davis that this is something she has never done before. So we are to understand that Rods and Davis are very conniving. They accept her apology and they lie and tell her that her lab results were swapped. Naima was too happy, and y'all, they just really trying to get Madam at this point. Naima was, I guess, a means to an end, but I guess we'll see how that worked out, because Madam was the one who called, and now the police are trying to destroy some evidence, so we'll see. So in the next scene, we see Madam show up at her court hearing. Madam plead not guilty, and everybody started clapping. Judge Walters was like, hey, this ain't no club. Chill. And so the date was set. The trial date was set. Was it the trial date? The trial date was set for the 11th. So we at the scene with Big D and Fuego. They're at the barbershop, and Big D asked Fuego if he gotten any further with those guys he was looking for. Fuego tells him kinda, but he hasn't done anything with it yet. So Big D was like, he wanted to know, well, what are you waiting on? And he tells D that he doesn't want to go down that road. Big D also tells Fuego, well, if you decide, just let me know. I got your back. And honestly, I really like their friendship. I actually like the friendship that Fuego had with Amp until Amp started tripping. Fuego is a good dude. You know, I really like Fuego. So we get to Amp's house, and he gives Dime the keys. You know, she goes to the nail shop. She's like, I'm going to the nail shop. I'm be gone for an hour. So he gives her the keys. He hugs her and said, do you notice anything different about the keys? And Dime was like, no. And so Amp wants Dime to move in with him. And I was like, what you gonna do when you find out that lady pregnant with somebody else's baby? And she just didn't say I wanted to think about it, nothing like that. She moved really fast to move in with him. And can I just give an unpopular opinion? I think she likes Amp. She really, really, really likes Amp. But I think she's doing all this to make herself feel better for what she did with Big D. That's all. Anyway, Babyface goes to see Madam. He tells Madam that Quincy working there isn't working for him. And Madam is like, this my stuff. This my joint. And he tells Madam that he asked Madam, well, I'm sure you know about the rumors about Quincy being his son. And she was like, yeah, I heard. And then he tries to make his demands. And she was like, what you cannot come in here and do is make your demands, because Quincy has been doing the damn thing and you have not, sir. And she reminds him that all of this stuff started happening once you moved in with Tandy. Madam tells Face, if you don't get your money up, you're going to be right along with the amateurs. Point blank and period. Okay? She not playing. He was like, all right. But Quincy is doing it. Quincy is actually bringing in more money than his daddy. That is insane, y'all. So, in the next scene, we see Blue and a therapist, and they're at a bullseye range. Blue shoot it down immediately without even giving it a chance. She asks Blue to tell her about her friend who was unalive who blew up in Afghanistan while shooting the bullseye. Blue gets emotional, and she's letting her guard down, but at the same time, that PTSD is start to surface. So while that's happening, she immediately gets triggered. She has a flash. They didn't show the flash, but she has a flash and points the arrow at the therapist as if she's about to shoot her with the arrow. And so the therapist had to talk her down, and she tells Blue that she's having a difficult time processing what has happened. I think Blue, like most people, I don't know if she's internalized it or just kind of blocked it out. It seems as though Blue has blocked it out. She's had, until she goes to sleep or have dreams or something triggers it. But she's somehow like blocked it out as if it didn't happen. Once she learns how to process, I think things will be better for her. So in the next scene, there's this guy that's in Madam's office. He has bullseyes, been darts, like the point of those darts in his chest, and he's they taped his mouth together. He's tied up, and apparently, which is really crazy, he's been stealing from Madam's register and her bar. And I'm like, why would you do that? Why would you do that? It's constantly coming up short. So they deal with him, and then Madam tells him, you need to go downstairs and this better not happen again. So I'm assuming if it happens again, he may lose his life. That's insane. So Madam calls Blue. She doesn't answer, and she leaves Blue a message. So in the next scene, back at Amp's house, Amp gets a knock on the door, and it's his dry snitching mammy. All right. I don't know if I told y'all, but let me remind y'all, I don't like Amp's mammy. Okay. Amp apparently really loves his mama, but I don't. So she thanks Amp for letting her stop by, and he tells his mammy to thank Dime. Okay. So I'm going to call her by her name. Okay. Tony tells Amp she doesn't know how to start or where to start. So she start with a small conversation. He tells Tony he's been working with Matt. He's been working at Madam's club. And she, And, she has this look on her face of judgment. And, Tony, not friend, because I don't like you, lady. We listen and we don't judge, okay? Y'all, that lady irks my soul. I do not like her. So we get back to the club, and everybody, the men are in a VIP room. And Big D says to the guys, is it me or is this Babyface thing crazy? And all the guys start to laugh. And Babyface walks in with the usual stank attitude because the guys are laughing. And he says he's not stepping up for Quincy. And so the guys get pretty serious and was like, don't be that guy. But he tells them that they need to mind their own business, drink their water, and eat their salad. All right? Face, he, So outside of the club, we see Trouble out there trying to sell that Coquiana because she can't get in. All right? Trouble is childish. I'm sorry. Like, she is childish. Mr. Aaron, because her name is Aaron, is childish. All right? And I don't know how Trouble didn't know that this lady was a cop, because it was written all over her. And then she takes Trouble into custody because the police are everywhere. They're undercover just because they want to get Madam. So Blue is back. She's in Madam's office. Madam asks Blue what's been going on. Blue is being very evasive. Blue tells Madam that she has it handled, and Madam is like, all right, bet. And I was just like, Blue, you might want to tell Madam what's up. I think, even though Madam may have something to say about it, at least she know, and there is not a level of distrust just because of the concierge situation, her needing to lay low because she's on trial, the police, and all of that. So Babyface walks into the amateur room and tells everybody to get out. He asks Quincy, how did you find out about me? Quincy said his mom gave him the information when he was 18 years old. And we also find out that Face's government name is Jerry Brown, child. And so, and Quincy wants to get to know his dad. Face tells Quincy, I'm not interested in none of it. And I was like, that's insane. He rejected him right in his face. Like, I've never liked Babyface. Not ever. Anyway, this is why him and Tandy they're one and the same. And that's why they can, be how they are. So Jerry, Babyface Brown, you ain't, all right? And Aaron, aka Trouble, is in the interrogation room and about to be busted. I mean, this is about to be her third strike. And apparently we didn't know she already had a rap sheet longer than a fruit roll up. Yep. Okay, girl. So this is also a way for Detective Davis to manipulate Aaron into giving her information on Madam. So Trouble might want to think wisely, and that's all I'm gonna say. So back at the club, the crazy lady is back. Renee is her name because I kept forgetting her name. And she's back for Midnight. And Blue is listening. Midnight is on the floor dancing. She asked Blue, Midnight was like, if you need to book me because I'm busy, you need to talk to Blue. So Renee goes over to ask Blue, and Blue was like, well, Midnight is booked. And Renee was like, say less. We gon' see about that. So I thought really she was gonna do something crazy, right? So back in the VIP room, Jerry, Babyface Brown, is telling the guys that, he don't want to talk about the situation no more. And so, the guys start to share. Midnight has several kids. I'm not surprised. And I want to say Doc has a kid or two. And they talk about, maybe the expense of the kid, what it takes to have a kid. And at this point, Jerry Babyface Brown is like, I don't want to talk about it. So Big D says, kids are expensive and he's not trying to have one, sir. You finna have a baby in 9 months. All right? You finna have a baby in 9 months. A cute little baby, but you finna have a baby in 9 months, sir. Anyway, so it's this lady, beautiful lady, she walks into the VIP room and she has envelopes in her hand. That's the first thing I noticed. I was like, child, she finna serve them some papers. So they so special. They was like, are you the new fluffer? Because my girl Vicky, she unalive, rest her soul, anyway. So she was like, yeah, I'm the new fluffer, and so all the guys was like introducing their stage name or whatever. And so she was like, Jerry Brown handed him his envelope. Xavier Anthony, that's Amp, handed Amp his envelope. Ronnie Tyrone Mercer gave Midnight his envelope. Alonzo Garcia gave Fuego his envelope. Kenny Haynes, my baby, first of all, what? You didn't have to serve my baby daddy his papers, but whatever. So she gave Doc his papers. And then Demetrius Vincent Landry served paper, gave Big D his papers. I was like, y'all, they have really been doing government names. If you paid attention, they did government names this whole season. This whole episode, because we already knew that what's her name? Blue's name is Belinda. And when Madam went to her hearing, her name is why did I forget Madam's real name? Because it's not, I don't know why. I keep calling Marilyn DeVille. So, she gave all of them their envelope and told them, you've been served. All right. So in the next scene, we see Tommy running into Madam's office because he's seen a server processor and he don't want to be served. Madam asked Tommy, Madam was like, at some point you're gonna have to see her, so you might as well just let her serve you the papers or whatever. Tommy said he don't want no parts of it. Anyway, Madam asked Tommy basically keep an eye on Blue, and he was like, and just to see what she's up to, because she's not She's not forthcoming with Madam, and I really think that she should be. Just let her know, hey, I'm in therapy. But, Madam might be like, for in what? I'm just saying, like, what you need therapy for? Deal with it and come back tomorrow. Like, that's just how Madam is. It's not okay, but whatever. So back in the amateur room, Rayshawn checks on Quincy and tells, ask him, is he all right? And he also tells Quincy that, Babyface isn't a good dude, and ever since he did because he really screwed over Rayshawn. And so Quincy asks him, what happened? Rayshawn tells him what happened. And Quincy says karma is a BI, yada, yada, yada. So the men are on stage. And they have some, I put sturdy bags. They have some sturdy bags, okay? Anyway, Tandy calls Madam, and she calls Madam to set up her first party as mayor. And she wants Madam to send her the VIPs and some young new men. Madam asks Tandy about her eminent domain. She keeps telling Madam that she's working on it. Baby, you should have had that done like yesterday. So, anyway, at Maddie B's, we see this man by the name of Gene, and he's talking to Tony. So he must be an investigator of some sort. Because him and Tony somehow is trying to take Madam's club. I don't know. It was very choppy for me. So Fuego is on the floor dancing, and Madam pulls him to the side and asks him, hey, basically let this Sandra thing go and leave the distractions at the door. I need you not to be distracted. I need you to get closure, be done with it, let it go. And at this point, I hope Fuego is like, okay, I really do. I don't want nothing to happen to Fuego, but just keep it pushing. So Blue gets a phone call from the jail. It's Trouble. She had the audacity to ask Madam to bail her out of jail. Blue asked Aaron why was she locked up. And so Aaron tells Blue, I was selling drugs outside the club. So Blue tells Aaron, Madam ain't bailing you out, squat, and hangs up the phone. It is what it is. So Midnight, as everybody cash in, Midnight walks outside of the club, and Renee is outside waiting on him. It is 3 a.m. It looked like it was a little cold out there. Man, why are you there? So Renee is just as delusional as they come, because she had the nerve to ask Midnight, was any of it real? Girl, where? Midnight was like, but he has already told her that. Like, once again, you're choosing not to listen. So Midnight was like, listen, it's $1,000 to take you to get, so we can go get something to eat, or it's $500 for some hay. All right. So Renee was like, I ain't got that kind of money. And I guess she was doing it for love, because no ma'am. Okay, that man ain't signed up for that. He told you he is a good time and not a long time. All right. So Madam, back in Madam's office, she actually called Smoke Madam was at home with Lovett. Lovett is her attorney. And he gave her, he was going through the list of names of the people that's probably going to be showing up for the court case. So Madam asked for the list of names. Lovett looked at her like, ma'am, I already know what you finna do. But as your attorney, I'm going to advise you, these people, do not do anything to these people to jeopardize your case. So he gave her the list of names, and after he left, she called Smoke. Y'all know Smoke is the dude that's been he's Tommy's friend. And so she tells Smoke, to visit. She gave the name of the lady that was on the list, visit her and have some fun with her. So apparently he's probably going to torture this lady before he unalives her, which is insane to me. Anyway, and I want to say these are the people who Madam have somehow harassed in one way or another, and they're alive to tell it. And so I want to say the police has called them to question, So yeah. So back at Dime and Amp's house, Dime still thinks she has acid reflux. And y'all, she's sitting there with that whole equate looking bottle of Tums, knocking them back. She says she's fine. And she is. She's just pregnant. All right. So, all right. So, in the next scene, we're back at Madam's house, and she gets a light tap on the door. She's like, who at my door? And it's Detective Davis. Detective Davis just walks on in with a warrant to search the premises for any and everything incriminating. And this is where the episode ends. Well, told y'all it's a good one. It's a good one. It's good. Yeah. I'm telling y'all, go watch it. I'm finna drop 2 episodes of Zatima. So I will catch y'all in the next video.